Long ago, when the earth was still young and people were learning the ways of life, there lived a clever but mischievous spider named Anansi. He was small, quick, and always scheming, and though he often outsmarted others, his tricks usually ended in lessons that no one forgot. Anansi was not just any spider. In many stories across West Africa and the Caribbean, he is known as the keeper of tales, the one who taught people through cunning and wit. But this particular story is about the time Anansi tried to do the impossible. He tried to steal all the wisdom of the world and keep it for himself. In those days, wisdom was scattered everywhere. Some of it was in the rivers, some in the trees, some hidden in the mountains, and some whispered in the wind. People shared what little they had, but no one person owned it all. Anansi, greedy as always, thought, if I can gather all the wisdom in the world and keep it to myself, then I will be the greatest, the most powerful of all creatures. Everyone will have to bow to me. And so, with his 8 restless legs, he spun a plan. He went from place to place, collecting wisdom like a thief in the night. He learned secrets from the rivers, tricks from the birds, teachings from the forests, and knowledge from the stars. Each time, he whispered the lessons into a great clay pot, sealing it tight so nothing would escape. Slowly, the pot grew heavy, filled with the knowledge of the earth, and Anansi's heart swelled with pride. Now, he thought, I alone would decide who is wise and who is foolish. But Anansi had another worry. He feared that someone might try to steal the pot from him, just as he had stolen its contents from the world. So he said to himself, I must hide it in a place so secret, so high, that no one will ever find it. I will tie it to my belly and climb the tallest tree in the forest. There, I will hang it at the top, and it will belong to me forever. With that, he tied the heavy pot to his stomach with a rope and began his climb. Now, you must picture the scene, the sun blazing hot above, the great tree rising like a giant into the sky, and poor Anansi, his legs trembling as he tried to crawl upward with the weight of the pot pressing against him. Every time he lifted one spindly leg, the pot swung down and smacked him in the face. When he tried again, it knocked against the tree, nearly dragging him backward. Up and up he struggled, panting, sweating, and cursing under his breath. Why is this so difficult? He muttered. I have all the wisdom of the world in my hands, yet I cannot climb a simple tree. At the base of the tree, his young son, Ntikuma, watched silently. Ntikuma was sharp-eyed, and though he respected his father, he often wondered why Anansi made life harder with his endless tricks. After watching for a while, the boy called out, Father, why do you tie the pot to your belly? Would it not be easier to carry it on your back, so you can climb freely with your legs? Anansi froze. His many eyes widened. What did you say? He asked. Ntikuma repeated, tie it to your back, father. Then you will climb without trouble. At that moment, something stung Anansi deeper than the cuts from the back or the bruises from the pot. Rage and shame burned inside him. How could it be that after stealing wisdom from the whole world, it was his own son, a mere boy, who had more sense than he? All the wisdom in this pot, and yet, I am still a fool, he cried. In his anger, Anansi yanked the pot from his belly, lifted it high above his head, and smashed it against the tree. The clay shattered into 1,000 pieces, and the wisdom that he had hoarded scattered everywhere. It flew with the wind, trickled into rivers, seeped into the ground, and rose into the air. Birds caught it in their wings, humans in their hearts, and every creature, great and small, gathered a share. From that day on, no one being could ever claim to hold all the wisdom of the world. Each person carries only a piece, and that is why we must share and learn from one another. As for Anansi, he hung his head and laughed bitterly. His trick had failed, and his pride had been broken. Yet, true to his nature, he spun another tale from his failure, telling anyone who would listen that he had chosen to share wisdom with the world out of generosity. Some believed him, most did not, but the story lived on. And that is why, to this very day, wisdom is scattered among us. The elders hold some, the youth hold some, the rivers still whisper theirs, and even the smallest child may carry the spark of an answer that the wisest old man cannot see. We are reminded that no one knows everything, and that true strength comes not from hoarding knowledge, but from sharing it. So, the next time you see a spider spinning its web, remember Anansi, the trickster who tried to steal the world's wisdom, but instead gave it to us all. His story traveled across the seas with enslaved Africans, taking root in the Caribbean, the Americas, and beyond, teaching generation after generation that wisdom belongs to everyone. And perhaps that is the greatest trick of all, a greedy plant turned into a gift for the world.